Hi, I'm Gary Lawless. It is Hockey Fights Cancer Month, and we are here with Vegas Golden Knights defenseman Shea Theodore. Shea was diagnosed with testicular cancer this past off-season, underwent treatment, and is back in the lineup with the Golden Knights. Shea, let's go right back to the start. It is Hockey Fights Cancer Month here in the NHL, and tell us exactly how you learned you had cancer and what your immediate reaction was.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up putting out a pretty cool story about it, but the long and the short of it, I went to the World Championships and failed a drug test there, and came back and did some more tests, and ended up finding out that that's what I had, and the Golden Knights were great with setting up the right doctors and everything to have everything taken care of, and I had surgery and everything went smoothly, and it's been good since then.
At some point in time, a doctor looked at you and said, "You have cancer." What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, it's nothing that you'd ever expect to hear, and hearing that, my first thought was, is this going to affect my future in any way? Where's the next step here? What's the procedure? What's it like? And he had full confidence in the surgery, and that I would recover fully, and I have since then. So
you walk out of that room, and you've got some people to tell. You've got to speak to your parents. You've got to speak to your girlfriend. You've got to speak to your hockey team. What were those first conversations like?
Yeah, it was tough. It's as guys, we're not necessarily great at speaking our feelings and telling people what's going on, but those are tough conversations to have with my parents and my girlfriend, and even just telling the guys, it's kind of a taboo subject to talk about, and it's kind of hard to talk about for sure, and I thought the response from everyone and the support that I got from everyone was amazing.
I just can't imagine that, "Mom, I've got cancer," like that. Like that's your mom and dad, the people that have protected you and done everything in their life. And I've met your parents, and I know how devoted they are to you. That just must be a real tough call to make.
At the end of the day, it's very difficult, but it's what family's for, and everyone sticks together, and that's the most important thing.
What did you learn about family and about the love that you have from the people around you in your life?
Yeah, you definitely get a lot of messages, and you definitely feel that support, from the people that are closest to you. My family was there, my girlfriend was there, and even every guy on the team, just getting those little messages of support. Throughout the whole process, and even coming back to camp, it meant a lot.
Hockey Fights Cancer in the NHL. There are a lot of people in the NHL have been affected by cancer. Did your phone ring from other people around the hockey world, and did you get some support or messaging from some people that really stuck with you?
Yeah, I got a lot of great messages, but I think getting one from Phil Kessel, a guy who went through something very similar to what I did, and we're with the same agency, so it was very nice of him to reach out, and that's definitely something that jumped out to me.
I bumped into Ed Olczyk in the last few days, and obviously he's just gone through his own bout with cancer and written a book about it, and has a real positive outlook on where he's going with the rest of his life. What's your outlook right now?
Just very positive. The doctors have been great with all the tests and scans that I've been getting, and it definitely gives yourself a different perspective on life. At the end of the day, it's all about health and all about family and who you love, and that's the most important thing. I'm very grateful for what I get to do for a living, but at the end of the day, it's all about family and who all that matters to you.
I've heard veteran hockey players sort of explain to me that yes, you take a loss hard, but at some point in time you kind of have to put it behind you. And you know, one guy said to me, when I get into my car and start my drive home, there's a certain sign on the highway. When I hit that sign, it's over. And I asked him, how'd you get to that? And he said, it's perspective. You know what I mean? Other stuff happens in your life where you realize, yeah, hockey's really important, and it's how I earn my living, and I want to win the Stanley Cup. But there's other stuff that matters too, and I would imagine that, you know, your perspective has tweaked in that regard.
Definitely. I think, you know, just the day in the day out, you know, you definitely, when you come to the rink, you definitely enjoy every second. And I think, you know, being able to go on the road with the guys and you know, get that bonding, you know, because you never know what can come up to anyone. You know, it's tough, you know, the way that I found out, but it just really makes you cherish every moment.
Do you worry about it?
I did for a little bit, but you know, with the technology they have now and the scans that I have going on, you know, I'm not too worried.
How do your teammates sort of, you know, do they tiptoe around the subject, or is it, hey, Shea had cancer, he fought it, he beat it, and it's part of him? Like, are they careful around you with it, or?
No, I think the guys are pretty open. I mean, I'd like it to be an open subject. You know, it's not something I want anyone to, you know, worry about what they're saying. I think, you know, it is what it is. It happened. You know, everyone knows, and I think the more that it's being talked about, you know, the more awareness it's going to bring to it.
That's, you know, we didn't have to twist your arm to sit down and do this. This is something that you want to do. You want to get a message out. What is the message you want to get out?
Just to check yourself. You know, book that doctor's appointment. I know, you know, when I had mine and I found out, you know, I was talking to some close buddies, and you know, that's the first thing that they thought. They've never even thought about going to get a checkup like that, and you know, so I know 4, 5, 6 guys that within the next couple of days booked their doctor's appointments, and I think that's just important for everyone, just to be aware of what's going on, and just do the little things and make those calls.
Early detection obviously is a huge factor in your success story.
Yeah, you know, the kind of the way they found it is very freaky, but they found it at such an early stage where, you know, it wasn't able to spread and it wasn't able to do other kind of damages. So that's what really saved me, I guess. And you know, I wasn't sure where it could have taken off. It could have led to a whole different path, but the fact that I found out early was the biggest key, and that's what I'm trying to push.
I know you're a positive guy. Is there something from this, like, obviously no one ever wants to get cancer, but is there something from this experience that you take that you're kind of glad that it happened, and that you know, became better in some way as a result of this?
Definitely. I think when you get that different perspective on life, and you know, how you go about your day, and you know, live every day like it's your last. I mean, it's a slogan that's thrown around a lot, but I think when you have something that has affected you, such as cancer, that I think you definitely take it, you know, differently, and just trying to live every day like it's your last.
All right, great. Well, thanks very much for your time.
Thank
Shea.
you.
This was excellent. Thank you.